Hey guys, what's going on? Blue Monsoon here, and welcome back to a new series, kind of new actually, a series that I used to do that I stopped, that I'm back now doing, because I really think it's a good idea at this point, seeing as Battlefield 1 is now a really popular game, and a lot of people are playing it on PC, so I thought it would be best to give some background detail and sort of, details and basic tips about PCs. So this series, of course, is called The Small Things in PC Gaming. I'm talking about one of the most fundamental things in PC gaming today, graphics cards. When you talk to anyone about PCs, the number one thing that comes up basically all the time is graphics cards. Now, what is a graphics card? To put it simply, the image on your monitor is made up of pixels. Now your computer needs to translate binary data or code, which is ones and zeros, and make it into a viewable image. Now, unless your motherboard has graphics integrated into it, then you need something to translate all of that code. This is where a graphics card comes in. So the graphics card essentially acts as the translator, translating that binary code into a viewable image that you can see on screen. Now, what makes a graphics card more powerful? Simply put, the more RAM or random access memory that a graphics card has, the more tasks it can do at the same time, and the quicker it can do things, meaning the smoother they run. Random access memory is basically the area where things are generated. It's basically the workstation where things happen, where the code is translated. So the more of that you have, it means the more it can incorporate, so the more is done in a shorter time. Now, the number one thing when it comes to graphics card is FPS, or frames per second. Frames per second is basically how many viewable images or frames appear in 1 second. Now, most games are 60 FPS these days, a few are 30, some don't even have a cap, and they can go way above, but usually stick around the 60-70 mark. Now, some games that are built pretty well and are designed to stay at a certain cap, say 60 for instance, will basically do that. They will be benchmarked at 60 and will never go beyond. You can see this in games like Bioshock Infinite, which is a very well made game and is designed not to go any further than 60 frames per second for a constant smooth game. But something like Battlefield 4, which is meant to be more variable, the graphics will actually, or the frame rate will change all of the time to be higher and sometimes even lower than 60. Now, like I said, the more RAM a graphics card has, the faster it can produce these frames, and the better the image you'll get and the smoother it will look. When it comes to graphics cards, size or noise it makes really doesn't matter. A lot of people will pay attention to that and say, oh, but hang on, this one's quieter than this one. Unless you do video recording where it's right next to your head, you really won't notice a difference at all. You can, of course, have dual graphics cards, which is obviously way better, because it basically means now you have double the RAM, double the power, so things are going to generate a lot quicker. There are a ton of more variables when it comes to graphics cards and how quickly they produce graphics and frames, but that's for a different video we'll get to eventually. Some of this stuff does get pretty complex, so if you want to go ahead and do your own research, go ahead and do that. I want to give just a brief idea behind this, and I didn't want to get into detail and go into a bunch of things. I just want to give a small, quick background idea of graphics cards and frames per second. So hopefully they did enjoy those videos, nice and short, graphics cards and frames per second. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. My name is Blue Monsoon, out.